Personal photo apps. This is the kind of apps people use the most on their phones, on their computers, because everybody has a camera and everybody has photo video archive. And this is one of the most popular self-hosted software that people self-host. And there are multiple different options that you can use to self-host. I personally started using Picasa long time ago, and then it got transferred to Google Photos, and lately, a few years back, I started using PhotoPrism, which is self-hosted app, and I was missing some features. Don't get me wrong, PhotoPrism is perfect piece of software. It's actually based in Berlin, and it's actually a really good app for photographers. However, I was missing this look and feel and features from Google Photos. And recently, like a year ago, there is new project emerged, Immich, also from Germany. And as soon as I started using it, it was such a blast. It was such a good experience hosting it and using it. Now both me and my wife were using Immich for managing our library of photos and videos. Even though project currently is very active development, expect bugs and changes, I haven't seen so many. So if you're interested into self-hosting your photo library, this might be one of the ways to go. So let's take a look how Immich looks like and how you can quickly set it up on your machine just to look around. This is their website, and immediately we can see this project is in active development, and here obviously they show their screenshots for web application, for mobile application, and we can immediately see the resemblance of Google Photo here. So let's try their demo instance. Very similar to Google Photos, at least how I remember them. Unfortunately, they disabled uploading feature for demo. So here we can see there is one of the features is it can understand what is on the images and produce labels and so you can easily navigate your library. Also has map, obviously, and we can check what was shoot where. And it has feature of mementos. It's very, this is what I was missing from Google Photos as well. And you can share to other accounts instance. So for example, you or your wife or your relatives, they all can have accounts here, and you can share your photos to each other the same way you did on Google Photos. It's very important. Okay, so Let's try to install it and let's see how good their documentation is. Let's get started and we go start to install. Of course, we need to know requirements, and it basically supports everything. You need a little bit of RAM and you need CPU. Of course, storage, the more the merrier. Let's try to install via Docker Compose. I don't like to install via scripts because it gives you very little control at what you're doing, especially when you're doing it like this. It could be quite dangerous to curl bash scripts from the internet. So let's try just to follow this. First we need Docker Compose, we need Docker and Docker Compose, and then we can try to install it. Okay. So now we just download this file. Okay, so let's see what in this file. What we have here, whole Immich is actually running. So it has Immich server, which is just a web server on TypeScript that hosts web interface. And we have few microservices that actually provide you these cool features like labeling and processing and transcoding all the images. And it actually has machine learning for labeling of images. So Redis for quiz and caching. And of course it uses database to store all the data, all metadata. And it actually uses database for machine learning as a vector database. So it's quite a lot of services here, as I can see. I usually don't like self-hosting services which has a lot of things to install before you can just start using them, because it's like error prone and requires more time to maintain it. In this case, it wasn't much of an issue. Comparing to PhotoPrism, which actually has just one container, one service, and you can just use it with SQLite. It requires a little bit of more time and firepower from your computer to host. So let's try to install it. What we do next? So next we need this example N file, which will configure for us the image itself. So as you can see in Docker Compose file, we have a lot of different environment variables and we'll need to change them. So this is upload location where your photos are gonna live, or your all of your library. Immich does not support as a storage anything else except just saving it on a disk. So you cannot use your S3 or any other object storage. But this is okay. And db.location, it's where gonna be your Postgres database. Of course, if you're gonna use Immich for yourself, please change your password, your username. Don't leave them as it is. So let's try it out. So next one, we can also enable hardware acceleration for transcoding videos. Unfortunately, on my machine it's not going to work because I'm using just a laptop without any accelerator. And so the next thing what we can do, so the next thing that we are ready to just Docker compose up it, Docker compose up. What do we have here? We have Immich server working on port 2283. Let's try to open it, and we get this really nice getting started. Now we have to set up the first user. Yeah, it's a password was just 123123. Please don't use passwords like this. And so there is even like welcome screen. Let's see. I can choose between light and dark. Let's choose light for a change. And storage template. You can see it's looks almost the same as in the demo, and setting this up was quite easy. But now we can also have access to administration here. You can see we can also add users here. Oh, we can even set quotas now. It's really nice, so people just in your family just don't overuse this service. I guess. As you can see, this is a microservice part, right? So this is what this jobs making happen, this magic with face detection, recognition, transcoding videos, and even smart search, where you can find objects on an image. As you can see, quite easy to install and use Immich. Please let me know if you like Immich or not, or what kind of photo management app you are using. Ciao!